Hey guys, so I'm back with something a little different. This is a beginner's learning how to play Pokemon video. It was requested by one person, shout out to you. Their name was Yowzabowza, which surprisingly, I don't know if she wants me to say this, but she is my auntie, so shout out to you, love you auntie. But so I'm going to teach you like basic GX, all the rules, and there will be a part 2 because it's probably going to be a sort of long video. And also part 2 is going to be me and my dad battling again, or my dad and I, sorry, battling again, and I'm going to narrate it in beginner terms because a lot of my family doesn't know how to play, and they said, I watched your video, I loved it, but I had no idea what the heck you're talking about. So I'm gonna do that for them. So since some of you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, this is the video for today. So let's get into it. So first I'm going to show you just a normal basic card. This is just a normal basic Hoopa. It's okay for starters. It's not going to help you win regionals or anything, but this is just a normal card, and if you don't know what the back looks like, if you're completely totally new, it just has that on the back. So this is the HP. You can't really see HP, but if you look really close, it's tiny white HP right there, and that's 130 hit points. So he can be attacked for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and 120. And he would not be knocked out. If you got hit for 130 and above, you would be knocked out. Your opponent would take a prize card. I'm going to explain that in the next video with the battle. But it doesn't take 130 hits to knock him out. That's how much damage he can take without being knocked out. That's a good explanation? Okay. My dad's like over there just nodding his head like, okay. But anyway, so this is an attack, and I need one that needs a special type of energy. So this is a darkness type, by the way. That means darkness. So there's a bunch of different types. Right now I have all lightning, one metal, and one darkness. So this is a symbol for metal, or steel, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to show you that. That's a special surprise. This is for lightning, or electric. Some people say electric still. But, so this is a darkness card. And this little star in the circle right there, those 4 little dot things, that means he can have any type of energy attached to him. He does not need a darkness energy card attached to him. This is an energy card. This is worth 1 energy. This is a basic energy card. It doesn't say it on there, but this is a basic energy card. And you can only attach 1 per turn. So if I was using Hoopa against someone, I could attach a lightning energy card, and I would play my turn, yada yada, and then I could attack with the first attack because it takes one colorless energy to do that attack. And this is a basic Pokemon. There is other basic Pokemon like a GX could be a basic Pokemon, but I'm going to get to GXs later. This is a stage 2 Pokemon, so that means it has to evolve 2 more times from something. So I was supposed to save this for the end, but these are the new Vs and VMAXs that just came out. I'm only showing you this first because I need to show you the evolution thing. Can you go get like a Sobble, Drizzly, and Inteleon? Because I want to do basic stage 1, stage 2. No? Okay. But this is a Dragapult. It's in the sleeve, and it's kind of shiny. Let me just take this out. This is a Dragapult V. So it's a basic. Right there it says basic. And then it's evolution because it evolves into something. And VMAX's final stage, since it evolves into something, it doesn't say stage 1, but it says VMAX because it evolved from a V. This is Dragapult VMAX. And by the way, that's the symbol for psychic, a little purple eyeball. That's the symbol for psychic type. I will tell you all the types at the end of this video. But so this is I already showed you a tag team, but these two are tag teams, which means obviously it's more than one Pokemon, but it's still a GX. But the some GXs are getting rotated out in rotation, like if it's rotation, it's getting rotated out. I don't know. I just didn't know what to say. But rotation, I will explain later. Also, why do I have? Oh, but this is a V and this is a GX. So the V's are taking over the GXs. Bye bye Raichu and Raichu. But these are the new things that just came out last month in the new expansion of Clash, and a couple months before that in the semi-new expansion Sword and Shield base set. This is Rebel Clash, and this is Rebel Clash. Grookey's in the way. Hey, Grookey. Woo! And this is Rebel Clash. I don't know why I don't have an actual Sword and Shield poster up, but this was the original thing. So if you take off the Rebel Clash, these came out in that expansion. So, excuse me, there's a new expansion coming out in August, every 3 months, so yeah, that'd be August, called Darkness Ablaze. Not to spoil anything, but V's and VMAX is going to be in that too. So, this is a Prism Star, which some Prism Stars are getting rotated out, but this is a Prism Star. It's a special kind of basic Pokemon, and I will explain why it says ability in 1 minute. This attack, Black Bolt, does 120 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. If it just says however much damage, it does that to your active. Some do more to your opponent's benched if they have any. So Pikachu and Zekrom GX tag team says its attack, I'm not going to show you because it's like shiny and you're not going to be able to read it, but its attack is Tag Bolt GX. It does 200 damage to the active, and then it says if this Pokemon has at least 3 extra lightning energy, it has a little symbol, lightning energy attached to it in addition to this attack cost, so you'd have to have 6 because it takes 3. This attack does 170 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance for benched Pokemon. I will explain that too in the battle. And then you can't use more than one GX attack in a game. So if you have these two and you're deciding, should I switch and make either of these? If this is up, you can make this. If you have a switch, I don't have a switch out, but it's an item. I'll explain. If you have this up, you can switch. If you have this up, you can switch if you have it in your hand. So if you're deciding, should I do Lightning Ride I need to stop dropping these. Lightning Ride GX for Raichu and Alolan Raichu. Or if you should do Tag Bolt GX for Pikachu and Zekrom, you'll have to choose. You can't do Lightning Ride and Tag Bolt. And then I have Jirachi, which is a very expensive card. And you might not know because I've already explained the hit points and the damage. Literally 30 damage, 2 energies. You're like, why is that so good, Kaylee? Why is it a $20 card? Why is it so good? Everybody uses it. Literally everybody who wins the regionals, internationals, or worlds because of this ability. That is why it's so great. I can't speak. An ability, is something you can use one ability per turn if it says it. Like it says once during your turn for this ability on Jirachi Stellar Wish. But I have something called a Frostmoth that came out in Sword and Shield that says as many times as you'd like during your turn. And if you want to see it, I forgot to bring it down here because I didn't know I was going to mention that. But I might show you that because it is in my water deck, and that is the one I'm going to use against my daddy in the battle part 2 of this. So Stellar Wish, once during your turn, wait, this isn't shiny, so I can just show you. Once during your turn, I can't read it backwards, before you attack, attacking ends your turn. I was going to go over that too, I forgot though. So I'm going to do that after this. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, which is the one that you're going to, it has to be the one, your main Pokemon, and then you can have any up to 5 on your bench. So Jirachi would be active, these 2 could be on the bench, whatever. If it's your active, usually people say you're active. I'm pausing again, sorry. Usually people say your active is the one you're going to be attacking with, not necessarily nobody attacks with Jirachi, because 30 damage for 2 energies isn't really worth it, and it's not going to help you win. So the ability is the one that's going to help you win, because you need trainers, which I'm going to explain next. Why do I not have a supporter? Oh, there it is. But it says, if it's your active Pokemon, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal a trainer card you find there, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle the other cards back into your deck, and this Pokemon is now asleep. That is a special condition I will go over at the end of this video. But what they mean by trainer card, I don't have any stadiums right now, but a stadium is also a trainer card. So if there's a stadium at the top 5 cards of your deck, you can take it if you want, but this is an item. Anything that says trainer on the top, you can take if it's on the top 5. So you could take this Pokegear 3.0, for example. You could take an air balloon, for example, because it's also an item, but I'll explain why it's different. Because it's a Pokemon tool, I'll explain that. Or you could take Mallow, which is a supporter. And the first one I can think of, first stadium I can think of for a lightning deck would be Thunder Mountain Prism Star. So you could take that if it's in the top 5. Or Training Court if it's in the top 5. Whatever. So you can take any of those. Now, Pokemon tool, you attach to one of your Pokemon. That. Or like that. If you do the energy up, you could do it to the side. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Some people even just like set it next to it. Doesn't really matter. But you attach it. And this air balloon makes your retreat cost 2 less. Excuse me. Retreat cost is how much energy you need to discard to bring it to your bench and bring something else up. You cannot retreat if you do not have anything else on your bench. I need to get one more thing out. Here, I'll get a switch out because I was talking about a switch. I was looking for another energy. Where's all the energy? Here it is. Need another energy. I have like all of it just like mapped out next to me. But Raichu, like a Alolan Raichu, for example, has 2 retreat cost. It says to retreat. I'll explain weakness and resistance in the next video, because we're going to be playing. But it has 2 retreat cost. So you have 2 energy attached, and it's severely damaged. It's about to be knocked out, or it's about to die. Some people say die, knocked out, whatever. If it's about to be knocked out, then you can discard the 2 energy, and you can bring it to your bench if you have something else there. So you can bring up Pikachu and Zekrom as your active, and you could attack with it if you have the necessary energy. So that's retreat. This is the switch I was talking about. This is just an item. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched. Obby, switch. But I think that might be that for the lightning deck. Did I not explain anything? Did I miss stuff? Oh, yes. Sorry. Special conditions. Don't click out. Sorry. Special conditions. If you get a starter deck, it's just like it doesn't say starter deck, but if you get a deck from the store, like if it just says like Cinderace theme deck, if you got a Sword and Shield one, then it would come with a little playmat, like a giant paper thing, and it says like bench, prize cards, deck, discard pile, blah blah blah. And then if you flip it over, it has all the rules and it lists special conditions. I don't know exactly how to explain it, so can I just read from the thing? Can you go upstairs and grab the thing? Okay, go upstairs and grab one of the playmats. I will fill in while he goes up there. So this is the lightning deck. And no, these are not included in the lightning deck. I'm just showing you those. But everything else that is in here that I showed you is in the lightning deck. So these are going to go back into the... Oh, those cards are cold. These are going to go back into the deck box. Come on. And if you haven't seen if you don't recognize these boxes, if you should probably go check out my League Battle deck box opening, because it says League Battle deck on it. And that is where everybody didn't know what I was talking about. So, wait, why is this another lightning deck? That's great. Well, so it looks like my dad was playing around with my cards again. Oh, this is a stage 1. I can show you the stage 1. So it says what it evolves from right there. So if you have a Yamper in play and you didn't just put it down onto the bench or as you're active, you could evolve into Boltund. I'll explain the evolving thing in the next video. So this is just a regular Boltund holographic, and then this is a Boltund V. These Vs are new, like I said, so there's a difference between this. If you look, more HP, does more damage, stuff like that. So, thank you. You were messing around with these again, weren't you? Because this is another lightning deck. I thought I was grabbing the Reshizard deck. Oh, and Reshizard Pikarom, if you don't know what that means, that is, if you do, you just combine the words, so Pikachu and Zekrom would be Pikarom, Reshizard would be Reshiram and Charizard. If it's a tag team, you can do that. People just call it that. But this is Pokemon Checkup, which is just in between turns, special edition stuff. So, Pokemon Checkup is a special step that happens between turns. Before the game continues to the next player, you'll need to take care of special conditions in this order. Poisoned, burned, asleep, paralyzed. Isn't there another one? I thought there was 5. I thought there was 5 special conditions. Yeah, he's confused. But you don't treat confused. Ooh. Well, when you're confused, this is all the types. I'll tell you what those are if you don't know. When you're confused, you turn the card upside down. So if I was a Pokemon card and I was confused, I'd be like that. I'd be facing the other way. So if you're confused, you have to flip a coin or roll a die, whichever one you do. And if you get heads, you can attack. You have to attempt to attack. If you get tails, you do 30 damage to yourself. Not good. You want to flip or roll heads every time. But poisoned is where's poisoned? It doesn't show it. Here it is. When a Pokemon is poisoned, put a poison marker on it. I didn't bring those either. Dang it. During Pokemon Checkup, put a damage counter on your poison Pokemon. 1 damage counter is worth 10. So if you have dice, you can flip it to a 1 and then be 10 damage. A Pokemon cannot have 2 poison markers. If an attack gives it another poison marker, the new poison condition simply replaces the old one. So you could just keep the same poison marker on there. It's just, they're still poisoned. Make sure your poison markers look different from your damage counters. So you couldn't use a die as a poison marker. I was calling it a poison counter. But you would have to get the little acrylic or the plastic or paper, whichever ones you want to get, markers. The only 2 special conditions that need markers are burned and poisoned. Asleep. I was talking about Jirachi. Let's handle asleep. Turn the Pokemon counterclockwise to show it's asleep. If a Pokemon is asleep, it cannot attack or retreat. Oh yeah, you can Stellar Wish okay. During Pokemon Checkup, flip a coin. If you flip heads, the Pokemon recovers, turn the card right side up. But if you flip tails, it stays asleep. So if you flip heads, you turn it back like this. So if Jirachi was asleep and you flip heads, he would wake back up and you'd be like that. Burned. When a Pokemon is burned, put a burn marker on it. I'll show you the burn marker. During Pokemon checkup, put 2 damage counters, 20 damage, on the burned Pokemon, then flip a coin. If heads, the Pokemon recovers. Remove the burn marker, but the damage still stays. And it's like poisoned. You can't have 2 burn markers. Just replaces the old one. Make sure it looks different. It doesn't claim confused. I thought it didn't. Turn a confused Pokemon with its head pointed down to show you that it's confused. If your Pokemon is confused, you must flip a coin before attacking with it. If heads, the attack works normally. If tails, the attack doesn't happen and you put 3 damage counters on your confused Pokemon, which would be 30 damage. If you're paralyzed, you turn it clockwise to show that the Pokemon's paralyzed. If it is paralyzed, it cannot attack or retreat. After its owner's next turn, it recovers. During Pokemon checkup, turn it upside right. So you'd be paralyzed, turn it upside right. So that is pretty much it for this video. I'm going to explain the rest when we battle. Take the decks, because this is getting long. So I think I covered everything for now. So I will see you guys soon. And be sure to check out my tag team powers collection box, which I'm going to be putting on YouTube today after I finish recording. So don't forget to watch that. Then you can watch this video, and then I will explain more in my next. And I hope you enjoy this. Bye!